Hello and welcome to another technical takedown the hard way. In today's video we are going to be looking at my first sketches. So I've made the first sketches of my DIY rooftop tent, and I've got to admit, after looking at these first sketches I feel excited. Why? Because I've implemented something into the sketch which was last minute, but I feel like it will give us something that nobody else has ever done. I'm a bit apprehensive because I'm believing that there is good reason why this hasn't been done. But regardless, I feel like if we work with the right people, we can do something which has never been done before. Most certainly on a rooftop tent, and definitely in the automotive industry. But I know that people are looking into it in the automotive industry. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about photovoltaic transparent glass. Yeah, let's dig into it. Let's see where photovoltaic transparent glass is going to be incorporated into the design. So take a look. Okay, so if you look, this is the TET from, this is what I call it, by the way, the TET, because it's in the shape of a tetrahedron from both the top and the bottom. It's difficult to see, but it is in the shape of a tetrahedron. So we call it the TET. If you look at the design, it's almost stealth-like, which is something I really like about the design. It looks very futuristic. After all, we are using composite materials, which is going to look futuristic anyway, right? It's going to have a beautiful, what do they call it? The fish scale type. There is a word for it. I'll try and think of it, but it's going to have that shine to it, okay? And it's going to be black. We're going to do it in black, with black carbon fiber. I was strongly considering doing it in white carbon fiber, simply because that would help keep the temperatures inside the tent cool during the day. But I don't think, now that we are incorporating this photovoltaic transparent glass, I don't think it needs to be black, because most of the rooftop tent won't be subjected, most of the black area won't be subjected to the sun if we do it in this design. I say if, because... Okay, so I'm going to talk to you how I was thinking about doing this. I might have spoken about this already, but sorry, I've got to get close to the microphone. So initially, it was my thought to have a transparent perspex glass window on the roof of the rooftop tent, a nice large one. Because we're going to be going into places where there are going to be very good, we're going to have very little light, which will give us good opportunity to not only take some good photography, but also to see things that we've never seen before. See the sky like we've never seen before. My wife is going to freak out. She freaks out with things like this. Have you ever seen the picture, the pale blue dot? Freaks her out. Really freaks her out. Really want to have some natural light coming into the rooftop tent. Now, part of me was thinking, we could have natural light coming into the rooftop tent, but so if we're parking up underneath a tree during the daytime, this is going to be a bit of a problem, okay? Because I'm just thinking now. The photovoltaic cells in the rooftop tent is not going to be providing us with a lot of energy, especially depending on how transparent it is, of course. This really is something that I'm a little, I'm thinking I'm on two minds about it, because we're going to need solar energy. We need it. It's important for us to have as much solar energy as possible, right? So what I am going to bring, regardless of whether I go for the hard cells or this transparent photovoltaic glass on top of the roof of this rooftop tent, I'm going to bring a flexible mats, the solar cell mats, so we can get harvest as much energy, even if we've parked the car into the sun, under the tree or whatever, out in the shade. I just thought it would be nice. I figured, listen, if we're going to be building our own bespoke rooftop tent, why do things in halves for? Why? Oh, do you know what? Oh, it's not going to work. And no, we got time. We got 8 months to build it. Okay, and in general, it's not going to take 8 months to build this thing. We have the science, we have the people we know who we could speak to. Let's try and do something different. There are tons of people out there at this moment making DIY rooftop tents, because it's way cheaper to make it yourself. But I've seen what they've been doing, and most of them are using things like MDF and wood, and I'm like, and sheets of stainless steel. I'm like, whoa. These are people who are clearly not long-term adventure travelers. How much fuel are you going to burn by using really heavy materials, when you know there are materials that are not only stronger, more rigid, but much, much lighter out there? Why wouldn't you use those? I mean, yeah. So, this rooftop tent is going to be something really special. I have very good feelings about this. So anyway, I'm going to get back to this drawing. So as you can see, it's very stealth-like in its shape. It's very slim. I want it to be as slim as possible. If you look at the top, you see it's 1990. That's the width. If you look at the top here, above that line, this area here won't be it won't be PV glass. Okay, it won't be photovoltaic glass here. It will just be carbon fiber. We need this area here because I have a feeling we're going to need ventilation. We're going to need some area for the inner workings of the actual rooftop tent, and perhaps even a part there where we can incorporate some sort of blind, so we can close this photovoltaic window, especially whilst we're driving. So anyway, this photovoltaic glass, where does it start? I don't have my pen with me, but I'm going to try and show you. You see where it says 1990, and all comes all the way down here. Okay, so from there to the bottom, I might get a pen. I've got a pen. Brilliant. So Exhibit A. There you go. Exhibit A is the photovoltaic glass. So it's just a square piece of glass. What is photovoltaic glass? Photovoltaic glass is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a solar panel. It's a solar panel. However, it is totally transparent. So you can apply it and use it like where you would use a window. And you would take energy in the same way a solar panel would work. So that's why I'm thinking about incorporating into this, which is great. It's not crazy expensive either. However, you can get it triple glazed. I'm thinking about getting triple glazed. It is a lot more expensive if it is triple glazed. However, having triple glazing will help us to keep. We will then be able to camp in the sun, and the combination of having photovoltaic cells in the glass, right, which will give it a natural tint anyway, along with the triple glazing, will keep inside cool regardless of we park the car directly in the sun or not. Okay, so that's where I'm incorporating that part there. Oh, gosh, we're coming up to 11 minutes. I have a lot more to discuss about this, so I'm thinking that I'm going to have to do more about this. I think I will do another. No, actually, no. We're just going to go for it. We're going to go for it. Come on. Unfortunately, this video is going to run over, but there is a lot more that we need to discuss. So the photovoltaic cells, depending on how dark, I think the darker it is, the more efficient it is at turning solar energy into electricity. That's what I think. That's what I'm hoping. Because if that is the case, then I'll just have it as dark as need be. Now, the only problem with that is that it won't be totally transparent. And if I look up, and the whole point is I want to be able to go to sleep under the stars with the protection of that photovoltaic glass. Yeah? I want to be able to do that. I want my kids to be able to see outside and sleep under the stars, but in comfort and have that security. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at. Photovoltaic glass, like I said, is not expensive, but it's never been used in this way. I don't know how durable it is. And the efficiency of the glass as well is nowhere near, I'd say nowhere near. With a few of the companies that we've been looking at, they said the photo efficiency can be anywhere in between 10% and 30%. The efficiency of between 10 and 30. 30% is really good. It's in some cases better than what you would have through a normal solar panel. So I have good feelings about that. However, I believe that at the higher end of the scale, I think you get less transparency. If I'm going down this road, it's important for us to have the transparency to the point in which we can at least see the stars. You know, we want to be able to see the stars at night, but we want to be protected during the day. So it's a balance, right? So yeah, that's what we're going to have there. Let's step away from the photovoltaic glass for this moment. We might get back to it because I'm sure I've missed something. So if you see the bottom tray of the carbon fiber composite material that we're using in the bottom half of this tent is going to be quite tough. We're going to layer it. We're going to, the whole tent is going to be produced with infusion and accelerated curing process. It needs to be done this way because we want this bottom tray to be able to hold an immense amount of weight. And when I say immense, I mean 400, 500, 600 kilos. We believe we can achieve this, but it needs to be the right amount of strength. And we have to use the infusion process for that reason. We cannot wet lay any of this actually. We need maximum amount of durability, so we cannot wet lay it. It needs to be done in a way in which I can get into the car. What reason is this? The reason for this is because we need as much photovoltaic glass, the more photovoltaic glass, the bigger the tent, the more photovoltaic glass. The more photovoltaic glass, the more energy we'll produce for the batteries. Okay? So we are going to use the entire roof for the rooftop tent and nothing else. Okay? We're going to build a storage system for the rear of the car. Okay? Both external and internal. So we are going to have room and space for everything that we need, for our clothes, for our food, for the fridge, for the recovery gear, everything. The recovery gear, everything that we use outside, the chairs, everything is going to be in a storage system that we're going to put to the rear of the car. Everything that we're going to do for ourselves, our clothes, eating, anything that needs to be kept hygienic is going to be kept in a storage system inside the car, right? So we don't need anything on top of that car, which means I don't want or need to have a rooftop system, a rack. We don't need a rack, which will decrease the amount of weight considerably, which is brilliant. It will decrease the amount of weight considerably if we make and build this rooftop tent to a strength in which we don't need one. Okay, so that's important for us. It's important for us to incorporate this into the design. So wait a minute. So let's say B. B is the part where you are going to have exposed carbon fiber composite, and right where that letter B is drawn, by the way, guys, that is probably where we're going to put the extractor. It needs to have some form of extraction. Towards the front, and I haven't drawn a picture of the front, but we are going to need to have some sort of system where we can have ventilation whilst we're driving. So sort of forced induction of the air whilst we're driving during the day, warm air, so we can close the rooftop tent down even after a rainy night, and that warm air pushes through and warms up the material, which dries the material quickly and efficiently. I don't think we're going to need much for that, but I think it's better we have it and need it than need it and not have it. So yeah, we're going to put in a system like that. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to point an arrow and put C. So towards the top, you'll see a tiny, it protrudes very slightly towards the back. There is a reason for that. And this is so we can increase the stability of laminar flow, right? It increases the stability, decreases the chances of air disambiguation. So that is there for a purpose. It looks pretty, but it's there for a reason. And what else? Yeah, I'm thinking about styling it so it looks good. You know, I aesthetics are important, yeah, because, you know, if we do end up, you know, making this, you know, making other people's dreams come true, and I end up building this, you know, perhaps one a month for people who want it, then in that case, it's important for us to make sure that that we design this right and we get it, you know, we're able to produce it to the extent in which it does a really good job. So whilst we are on this road, we can tweak the design, you know, see where we went wrong, because inevitably we will do some things incorrectly. That's just the way things, you know, designers work, right? We try and get everything in, but you know, and unless we see it in a real world situations, there are going to be things, you know, that are, you know, we're not going to be able to see everything. So yeah, guys, this is a 20-minute video. I can't believe this. I've never made a 20-minute video for this channel before, but I had to get this out anyway. So guys, I'm going to try and bring this video to an end. So guys, this is what I'm working at. This is what I'm working at. Initially, right? So initially I was going to have a solar panel, right? Just have perspex glass on the top where you see perspex glass, and then have solar panels closed during the day, and then find a way of being able to draw it back during the night, you know, so we can see. And that would be perfect, really, because you get perfect, clear, unhindered view of the night sky. Beautiful, really beautiful. Something that I've always wanted. But I just think that we have products available now, and we have, I'm sure these companies are going to be looking at the automotive industry, and they're going to want to see some real-time data, and I think we'd be able to send them back real-time data of our travels, you know. So data is everything, by the way, guys. Gosh, I can't believe this spilled over to 22 minutes. I'm going to end it here. So yeah, I really think this is going to work. It's going to look beautiful. And as and when I do more, I'm going to do another sketch. I'm going to do a better sketch so you guys can see the exact details. I haven't been able to get the length because I've been looking online at all the cars and that we are interested in, and it's difficult for me to find the length of the roof, right? So I'm going to have to guesstimate. That's the reason why you can see that it's 1990, almost 2 meters wide. But when it comes to the length, I don't know yet, but we're talking at around 2 meters, right? A little more than 2 meters. As long as possible. That's what I'm going to make it. So guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching. Keep watching this space. I will endeavor to show you more about this design because I'm really getting excited by it. It's going to be really cool. And yeah, keep your fingers crossed. Things are going to come good. So until the next time, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.